the app side. This is Suzette Speaks, live on your radio. I come on every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We do a lot here. We talk to people in our community. We talk to people who own businesses, people with various organizations. I interview folks, but I also do hot topics and news on a day like today. Everybody's out of the office. Me, one in the studio, but I'm looking up, seeing it's a holiday, but I chose to work. I want to be here with you. I want to talk to you. I want to inform you. I want to dialogue with you so we can understand what's really going on in our community. I saw a forum last night put on by some Haitian advocates at I think it's a Miramar location. Casa Champet is a Haitian-owned business. And they were just telling people, about some of even the rumors that aren't true, that people are very nervous about. They don't want to go to their immigration hearings because some people are being detained at the hearing. You're going for your lawful immigration status checkup, right? Going back in front of the judge. And then you're being told, I'm taking you into custody. Well, there is a video I've been watching on Instagram. I wonder if I could find it on YouTube here to play it. The husband and wife are leaving their what looks like an immigration hearing. And the lady and I speak a little bit of Spanish, is declaring, he's not going by himself, because it looks like the ICE officials, which again, the face mask and the covering of the face, it bothers us so very much. If you have been in a country, or if you have lived any place where there has been a militarized government, where people were afraid of their own government, right? This is not a unique story. People around the world, but right here, I'm talking about in our backyard, in the Western Hemisphere, in the Caribbean, to be specific, in the 70s, in the 80s, even before that, even after that, many of us have seen militarized governments, right? Where the person in charge, the president or the prime minister, is using extrajudicial armed forces to be judge, jury, and executioner of their own people. I remember this. Hey, July 4th. I see you online. Sandy B. Law is watching me. She's talking about happy Juneteenth. Listen, any independence is a good independence. But yes, we are celebrating freedom all around. Juneteenth, we respect. And we also say happy July 4th. I will be actually in the city of Miramar later. I'm so excited. I will be hosting their big fireworks show and family friendly July 4th experience. City of Miramar, big up yourself for having Suzette Speaks as your hostess with the mostest. Yes, I'm going to lively up the place, make it fun. I cannot wait. Have games, prizes. There'll be a dance party. Y'all come on out. It is 5:30, I think, when it kicks off. They have a kids zone. They have lots of food trucks, vendors. Again, the mayor, everybody will be out there, and I will be emceeing. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, the voice of the Caribbean. So big up Miramar. When we're talking about alligator Alcatraz, that's on everybody's mind. I want to really salute the lawmakers that tried to go and inspect alligator Alcatraz yesterday. According to CNN, there were several, even from our backyard here from Miami, lawmakers who tried to visit now alligator Alcatraz. Again, this is the new detention center that has been named as such in the middle of the Everglades, that many have been deemed, saying it's very dangerous. It's swampland. It already flooded. If you look at my timeline, Suzette Speaks, if you follow my Instagram stories, my Facebook stories, I've already posted a lot of what is going on there. And we are having rain today. It is a beautiful July 4th. I'm going to celebrate regardless. God send the rain. They say rain is a blessing, but it's already flooding. They haven't even put human beings in alligator Alcatraz just yet, but it's already flooding. And so when people are there in tents, that's what they're saying. It's going to be a tent city, allegedly, and facilities and things that are going to impact the environment. There's so many. I'm talking about the human cost first and foremost. That's what really bothers my heart, because I've already been hearing about reports out of the Chrome Detention Center, which is the huge detention center for non-documented people in Miami, about people not getting food, people getting one meal a day, people not getting proper medical attention. Yes, you are not here documented, but it shouldn't be under inhumane circumstances where you do not get proper food, proper caring. You're still a human being, and we still have a responsibility, I thought, under the Constitution, to treat people humanely, whether they are citizens or non-citizens. But I appreciate the folks who went out there yesterday. I just want to highlight what is happening so you know and you stay tuned in. We can't tune out. Yes, you're going party this weekend. Yes, you're going to go out. I am organizing for my family. I come from a huge family, y'all. I'm organizing my family's big barbecue. I am trying to pick up the veggie burgers. We already went shopping. Big up Sam's Club. We already did our big shopping of the burgers, 100 burgers, 125 hot dogs, this and that. We're going to be out here trying to celebrate, at least family, celebrate life. Yes, tomorrow we'll be doing it. And if you are getting together with your family, big up yourself. Try to see your people. Try to spend times with those who you love, because we just don't know what tomorrow holds, right? And the way the world is working and the way the earth is moving with the leadership that we have, it's quite unpredictable, right? So we're going to take the time out. I'm hoping that we get a good turnout at the park for my family tomorrow, and I'm grateful that they entrusted me and my team, right? Big up my cousins who have helped me to organize what we got going on. But in the midst of trying to find joy, I encourage you to try to find joy even in the darkest places, right? The watching of the news, the big ugly bill, that passed yesterday. Hey, man, I hope I get some time to get into it. I only got an hour show, y'all, but the bill that was passed, President Trump's policy agenda that was passed yesterday, sweeping changes that will take away Medicaid, right? This is the government-sponsored health care programs that was expanded under President Obama to more people, more families, more people with kids, more elderly, people who had disabilities, people who cannot work. They cannot work 8 hours to try to get a job to get their own health care. This bill that was signed yesterday by the United States House of Representatives and was going to be sent over to the president's desk to be signed, it is sweeping, and it is an impact on each and every one of us over the next several years. And unfortunately, we are going to see those changes. There is a decrease in food benefits, SNAP benefits, food assistance. That went into law, even though the leader of the Democrats in the House, Mr. Hakeem Jeffries, congressman out of New York, gave the longest speech in House history, trying to plead to his Republican colleagues that this is not the right bill for America. This is not the bill that the American people want or deserve. Although he spoke his heart out for several hours, breaking a record, the bill was in fact passed. And those are some sweeping changes. We can go over those in a minute, but I just do want to, since today is supposed to be about freedom and liberty and justice for all. That's what the Constitution says. That's what the Pledge of Allegiance says, right? Freedom and justice for all. We are seeing an attack on freedom. And again, this alligator Alcatraz that people are talking about, this detention center that President Trump visited earlier this week in the middle of the Everglades, hastily put together with, they say, it's going to cost 400 million plus to run this facility, although they're saying it's not state dollars, it's coming from FEMA, or it's going to be reimbursed. But we don't have FEMA anymore. I thought they could destroy FEMA. So I saw FEMA trailers out there that's supposed to be used for people when the hurricane come. State of Florida got a bunch of trailers from FEMA. Instead, I see the FEMA trailers out there in alligator Alcatraz now. And let me just report what the story is saying. This is based on CNN's reporting. Yesterday, Florida lawmakers worried about humanitarian concerns were denied entry into the new detention center dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. That was on Thursday, yesterday, just hours after their arrival and the arrival of the first group of detainees. They have put people there. So, State Representative, I told you, Anna Eskamani, said they stopped us pretty much immediately. One of the 5 Democrat state lawmakers who attempted to visit the facility and inspect its grounds following reports of flooding and other issues. Flooding already. It just opened. They just brought people there. It just brought people there. And it's flooding? The detention facility where people are supposed to be held who do not have proper paperwork, who are not documented. Do they deserve to be in mud and muck, in the swamp, in dangerous conditions? Right? That is causing ecological damage to the Everglades that we all need. Remember, all of the fresh water that we drink here in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, in West Palm Beach, around Lake Okeechobee comes from the Everglades. It is a natural self-filtering system starting from the lake. God made some wonderful creations when he made this place. The lake flows south by itself, through canals, through rivers, being filtered into the Great Florida Aquifer, the big, vast underground, you call it just river of fresh water that we all depend on to drink, to eat, to live. But right smack dab in the middle of that restoration that has been worked on, now will be the Alligator Alcatraz, so-called detention center for undocumented people. And the newest detainees, the first ones, have just been dropped off, and they say it's flooding already. Okay, well, let me just keep reporting. 5 Democratic lawmakers went over there yesterday trying to gain access to view it. The lawmakers were stopped by law enforcement officers from multiple Florida agencies, and later, a general counsel from the Florida Division of Emergency Management cited quote-unquote safety concerns for the denial of the lawmakers from going inside of the detention facility. And they didn't offer any other special details, Escamani said. So she says, quote, if it was unsafe for us as lawmakers, how safe can it be for the detainees? Good question, Anna. The group request was seen yesterday by national news. This is 5 Democrats who went over to the Everglades Detention Center that was hastily built, now called Alligator Alcatraz. So they were denied the request to see even the outer perimeter of the facility. The lawmakers said in a joint statement that Florida laws allow state legislators to, quote, have full access to inspect any state-operated facility, unquote. It's in the law. That's why they went over there. They referenced 2 Florida statutes. One gives members of the legislature authority to visit all state correctional institutions at their pleasure. Hear what I'm saying? This is in the state statutes here in Florida. So anybody elected to the state legislature, the state House of Representatives, or the state Senate has the right by statute, by Florida code, Florida laws, to go inside and to inspect all state correctional institutions at their pleasure, it says. And another law allows them to visit county and municipal detention facilities. That's what it says. The group in their statement said, this, quote, is a blatant abuse of power and an attempt to conceal human rights violations from the public eye. CNN has reached out to the Florida Division of Emergency Management for comment. The incident is one of a spate of many recent tense encounters involving lawmakers at immigration detention centers. We remember what happened in New Jersey. You remember what happened in New Jersey? Last month, Democratic Representative Monica McIver was indicted on federal charges alleging she impeded and interfered with the immigration office. We got to take a quick break, y'all. There's much more news today. This is Suzette Speaks Show. Happy July 4th. We'll be back with more Suzette Speaks right after this.
Compensation, medical malpractice, negligence, security, wrongful death, and sexual abuse cases. We know it is impossible to go longer than 5 minutes before you hear a commercial from another person or angel lawyer. I am here today to tell you there's a difference in who you choose to represent you in your personal injury case.
Thank you. The hair is did. What's up, Doug? Hey, Doug. Hey, Sandy B. Hey, the ABX girl. Hey, Damon Bislett. Wagwan, thank you.
Your case is over. You can call them.
Yeah. My headphones are loud. Sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah, I got it done. I'm seeing tonight. My hair is so tight, I can't even tell you I have a headache. But God is good. We made it. Praise God. Hope you guys are having a good 4th. Are you off today? Are you barbecuing? What are you doing? Are you hanging out? Are you outside? Let me know what you're doing. Drop it in the comments. What's your plans? Like I said, I'll be taking the stage around 5 tonight. I got the cutest outfit. I felt cute. I felt ready. I'm gonna let the people have fun. I didn't sleep well because I didn't finish my hair till almost midnight. Me and a hairdresser talking. I didn't finish it till almost midnight, but I like it. It's a little different. You got to switch it up for the people. You got to switch it up. So at the very tail end of this, I'm going to switch over to Facebook Live to let the people know I'll be in city of Miramar tonight. So I'm going to go for 10 minutes. Still talking about Alligator Alcatraz. Let me see if I want to talk about the big ugly bill. My head be hurting, but I think I might talk a little bit about it. Hope everybody's good. Let me do a big ugly bill review. Are you working from work? Yes, getting those holiday dollars. Yes, the time and a half is all good. That's one of the things in the big bill that I think they said overtime is not going to be taxed, but then the richest people get the biggest tax breaks. Okay, really? Let me do a little big ugly bill review actually. Yep. So I ironed my dress is this cute red part corduroy sleeveless number. I bought it day before yesterday. Took it, got it altered. Really excited for it. I got my sneakers. I'm gonna be wearing my what are they called? I forget what Nike Dunks. I'll be wearing my Dunks. I had to wash them with this day. Throw them in the dryer before I left. Let me see the big ugly bill. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do a review of that because I don't think people know what's going on with that. Not tax up to a certain percentage. Yes. Thank you for that, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Let me see if which I can get a good report about that from the Hill. Ooh, trillions of dollars for sharper cuts, low income health and nutrition programs. That's what I really want to highlight. Yep. Yeah, my voice is gonna be like, ooh. I hear fireworks already outside the studio. They had parades already. Yeah, when I look up, there's 16 cameras in and outside of our studio. There's literally someone in front of our door bopping. I'm not sure what that person is doing. Let me just go make sure the front door is locked. They're literally in front of our front door, locked, bopping. I'll be right back. Excuse me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure the door is locked because I'm by myself here. Let me see. Yeah, by myself. Hosted by the Vice Mayor, Yvette Coyburn. Also, Suzette will be in the building, honoring our past Jamaica players. For more information, call 954-261-7543. Let's get together and feel all right. Football time again. Yes, the front door is locked. Turn down the AC to make sure I'm good. Oh, yeah. This is what we gotta do. Listen, when we work by ourselves on a holiday, gotta make sure you're good. I'm gonna fix this camera, this mic. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, what up the whole board? Jesus God. Okay, we're fine. Jesus God. What up that good board? Jesus God. Jesus. What's going on in my life right now? Sorry. Y'all watching me destroy the company equipment? Is this the evidence of destroying the company equipment? That's what's happening? Jesus God. Oh Lord, I keep my water away from this. Holy Ghost.
World Ministry, located at 7875 West Vietnam Road in the city of Tamarack. Church services on every Sunday at 12 p.m. Miracle Sunday every third Sunday.
I literally no food or drinks in the studio, but exactly.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. with Apostle
so much excitement on this beautiful day. Mess around and break up the equipment. I normally keep my drink on that side and I put it in front of me. I don't know why today. That was definitely not a good move. I messed up my computer.
For your support. M&J United Auto Sales. No credit, no problem. Easy financing, no social.
All right, well, happy July 4th to you guys.
Easy approval and finance.
I hope they're not watching me online to update equipment.
One-stop shop for all your auto needs.
I hope they're not watching me. All I wanted to do was move this to get a better camera angle for myself.
954
And now I am tearing up the whole
3511 Northwest 19th Street, Lauderdale Lake. M&J United Auto Sales is your Caribbean-owned dealership. Thanks, M&J, for your continuous support.
Hello. How are you?
specializing
Hi, how you
also
doing?
both sofas, chair beddings, and lots more. For more information, Teddy can be reached at 561-929-5234 or email at teddyupholstery@gmail.com. Teddy Upholstery is located at 5618 Northwest 8th Street, Margate.
Thank you for your support to this radio station.
So I'm gonna tell them with about them love, you must mad, we could not do that. Foundation from birth, yeah man, a low culture. Say, we're representing for the vice of the Caribbean, Jamaica and far beyond.
24 hours of the best Caribbean music. You're listening to WZPP,
The new 96.1
FM.
Yo, it's Shaggy, it's Voice of Caribbean. 102.1 Shaggy on your dial, looking at while I'm gonna do that shit, yeah. You know, man.
Yes, it's a beautiful Fire Friday. Wagwan, wagwan. Everybody having a vibe. Hold it. It's a Fire Friday. It's a Fire Friday. Party. Let's go. All right, July 4th. This is Suzette Speaks. You know I got a little bit of vibe here. Hey. Let me turn on the music. We're supposed to be talking. But yes. It is a beautiful day, even though it's rainy. We give God thanks for the rain, but it's a beautiful day nonetheless. Give thanks. Find something to be thankful for and give thanks. Yes. Suzette Speaks on your radio. Coming to you live here in the studio. Yes, I am working, even though it is a lovely holiday. We are here putting in work because we're here for the people, by the people. Yes, we wanted to lively up your beautiful July 4th. If you're already celebrating, pick up yourself. There were many parades I saw this morning. Shout out to everybody who went to some kind of parade already, but tonight is the big night. Tonight and tomorrow night. I see fireworks shows planned for cities across South Florida, from Miami all the way up to Fort Lauderdale, through the Palm Beaches. We'll have a lot of fun activities for the kiddies. As I was telling you before the break, I have the honor of joining the city of Miramar as their hostess with the mostest tonight for their July 4th celebration, starting at 5:30, continuing all the way to a big fireworks show at 9 p.m. sharp. So you can register. It is free. So I'm really excited. I will be hitting over there shortly to hit the stage, to bring the people some good vibes, right? Good times, making good memories, just so that we can enjoy this day that we celebrate freedom. Remember, this is the United States' birthday. Happy Independence, America. 249 years. That means next year, 2026, is the 250th anniversary of the birth of this country, right? When the Declaration of Independence was signed and America officially separated from Great Britain, when they said no longer are we going to be a part of the British Empire. We are not the 13 colonies. We are now these United States, and here we are today. So we celebrate. If you're going to something, remember to be safe. Watch the kids and the fireworks. I'm tired of seeing these terrible and tragic stories all over with what is happening, with people who are not supervised, kids who are not supervised. And it makes it a little bit uncomfortable, right? To be able to, watch, the aftermath of when the kids have their own way with the fireworks. So please keep an eye out. It's also the pool time, pool safety. I was just watching one of my previous shows where I had a wonderful team of folks who are here in South Florida teaching young, especially Black boys, how to swim. This is another thing that we have to really be mindful of. The highest mortality of swimming pool deaths in the United States, but here in South Florida, it's from drownings of Black boys. So we got to make sure we always keep our eyes out on the kiddies, etc., to make sure they have a good time together, yeah? So on top of that, I wanted to bring you some news you can use. I've been talking about the so-called Alligator Alcatraz, the new detention center just opened. Apparently yesterday they brought in actual people, human beings. We say detainees, but human beings who have been living in the United States, possibly working and not having the proper documentation, right? They are not here with the proper documentation, undocumented people. These are the people that, work in our construction industry, pick our fruits and produce. Remember, Florida, our number one tourist driver, tourism, and then agriculture, right? A lot of our undocumented folks are, living in our neighborhoods. They are our neighbors, right? And seeking pathways, some for pleading asylum. And the Constitution that I read says they have the right to do so. But in this time and this climate, even though today is a day of celebration of freedom, we are talking of alligator Alcatraz and the visit of 5 Florida Democratic lawmakers yesterday who attempted to go over there in the middle of the Everglades, Octopi Road. If you have never been over there, very desolate, lots of swamp, trees, and I'm a big environmentalist. I love the Everglades. I remember as a little girl, field trips. I remember making the Sunday paper, honestly. I think it's the same thing. I was a little girl with my hair like done to the T, and I was standing knee high in peat moss, in a swamp, in the bog. We got off the airboat, and as children, I don't think they'll allow people to do this today. We were out there picking out invasive species and ripping them out from the root, Melaleuca trees and others. We were definitely trying not to, I was thinking about it. Like, there had to be alligators in that water, and they allowed like elementary school children to go out there and remove invasive species by hand. And I remember making the front page. I think I might have been in 5th grade. Doing this environmental cleanup work. It was a great experience. But anyway, my love for the Everglades is not just because of all the beauty and all the wildlife that we are blessed with here, the beaches and all the water systems that are connected to the Everglades. It starts in Lake Okeechobee. Rain falls up there, and in a natural flow, the water comes south all the way through the Everglades, get filtered through the swamp into the largest aquifer ever, Florida's aquifer, where we get fresh water. It's underground, but a big piece of what happens through the filtration through the limestone rock and everything, percolation from rain, the water flows south all the way down through to the Keys. And anytime you disrupt the flow, we already have a big highway that goes east to west, but the disruption, people are really concerned not only about the humanity, the human costs, the people that have been are going to be placed here, up to 5,000 in tents. Right now, the site, if you look at pictures of alligator Alcatraz, that's what they're calling it. President Trump took a trip down there just a couple days ago, brought national attention to it. Even so much, I see, is it Alaska? Saying they want to create a so-called bear Alcatraz. It's a play on word. Alcatraz being one of the most notorious prisons in American history that was out in California. And you couldn't escape it. It was an island. And there was the ocean around it, sharks around it. Many people tried to escape Alcatraz, and there were very notable, high-profile escapes that, the bodies were never found. It was ocean. So they're trying to play on words and say that this is the alligator version of that. Try to escape, and you're going to be in the swamp. What's up? And you're going to be in, dire territory. With snakes, now we have all the Bermuda pythons, the invasive species that have taken over the Everglades. We have Florida panthers, which are endangered species. But will this alligator Alcatraz impact what is happening through, efforts over decades to restore the Everglades? Will it have a negative impact on our natural habitat and wildlife? That will impact each and every one of us in South Florida. Because again, we get our fresh water through the natural flow. They call the Everglades the river of grass. It looks solid on the top. They have sable palms. They have all these natural vegetation that look like it's a solid piece of ground. But if you step in it, you down in the peat moss. You down in the bog. You waist deep, sometimes neck deep in water. But it looks like grass. But this is sacred land as well. Our Native American communities that have been here. Shout out to the Seminoles, Osceola, Miccosukee. I've seen them protesting and saying, this is a sacred land. Why are we doing this here? This used to be an old retired airstrip. Dade County, Collier County joint airstrip. Just a strip for people, planes to land. That has now been promoted and converted according to officials. The governor of Florida has been championing this, saying that it is not the state of Florida, it is ICE, but they have now taken over this county facility in the name of emergency management in order to put human beings there. People who have not presented proper documentation to be in the United States. So this is what we're dealing with, folks. We're looking at it with a very, very heavy heart. We know that 5 state lawmakers tried to enter it on Thursday, yesterday, to view it for themselves. And they were told that it was too dangerous for them, including State Senator Severin Jones, including, I think she is also a State Senator, Representative Anna Askamani, and others. It's 5 of them. According to state law, they have the right as elected members of the Florida legislature to view detention facilities, municipal facilities, correctional facilities at their pleasure. But they were turned away yesterday. There's a lot of video of this online. You can check it out. The lawmakers were stopped, according to CNN, by law enforcement officers from multiple Florida agencies, and later a general counsel from the Florida Division of Emergency Management cited, quote unquote, safety concerns for the denial without offering specific details. That was what Representative Anna Askamani told CNN. So the question becomes, if it's unsafe for the state lawmakers to visit, as is their right, how safe is it going to be for the detainees that they're going to have intense? The place is already flooding. There is video. I put it up on my Instagram. Voice of the Caribbean also on their Instagram. Look at the Instagram stories. Alligator Alcatraz is already flooding. We just got started with hurricane season. Hurricane season starts June 1st. And they're already flooding with a little bit of rain. Look, we had all this dry weather. Dry. It's going to be a wet July 4th, y'all. But don't worry, it's South Florida. You know, the rain starts. 30 minutes later, the rain stops. Don't worry. I'm still having my picnic outdoor. My family know rain or shine, we going to be outside. All right? But the little rain wet fall yesterday, the place is already flooding, so much so that they told 5 elected legislators from the state of Florida Senate and the state of Florida House of Representatives that they could not visit Alligator Alcatraz, but they're planning to put human beings out there. So she asked, State Representative Anna Escamani asked, if it's unsafe for us, how safe can it be for the detainees? Good question. The group's request to see the outer perimeter, here we go, of the tent facility was also denied. So they couldn't go inside and they could not view from the outside either. The lawmakers said in a joint statement that the Florida law allows state legislators to, quote, have full access to inspect any state operated facility. They received reference, come on, Sue. Let me make my screen bigger. Maybe I'm reading too small. They referenced 2 Florida statutes. This is what the lawmakers who tried to visit Alligator Alcatraz said yesterday, what they were denied access. They say, based in Florida law, 2 Florida statutes. One gives members of the legislature's authorization to visit all state correctional institutions at their pleasure. And another state statute, which is the body of law made by the Florida House of Representatives and the Florida Senate and signed in by the governor, right? This is the state law of Florida. We call it the Florida statutes. The state law allows elected officials from the state legislature to visit any county and municipal detention facility. That's what it says by law. And they were denied access yesterday. I applaud them for trying to go out there and see what's up. It's a real thing. According to the group of 5 Democrats, they in their statement says, quote, this is a blatant abuse of power and an attempt to conceal human rights violations from the public eye. In this reporting, the Florida Division of Management was reached out to for comment. No comment given as such. I was telling you before the break, this happened in New Jersey as well, where state representatives and the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, went out to a detention facility asking to investigate it, to observe and to enter it and to see what it was like inside. And now Democratic Representative LaMonica McIver was charged. She is a state representative from New Jersey, went to the detention facility along with the mayor. Remember, you can see the video online. The mayor of Newark was detained, arrested, put in handcuffs. And this woman who was standing by his side, the video speaks for herself. I don't see what she did. But she has now been charged federally, indicted on federal charges alleging she impeded and interfered with immigration officers outside of Newark, New Jersey detention center as she and other Democratic lawmakers tried to visit the facility in May. Newark Mayor, this is his name, Ros Baraka, was arrested at the scene after he tried to join lawmakers inside of the facility. What's really going on? Happy July 4th. What's really going on? So we have to really be cognizant of this. Let me touch on the The big bill. The big bill. It's the real thing. The big ugly bill. Is that what you're calling it? Where it's going to cut people's Medicaid. Millions of people now have been thrown off of Medicaid. Food assistance has been cut severely. There has been no tax. The bill also allows for no tax on tips up to a certain extent. We got to go over this bill. I might